Thank you for joining us here on this Thursday of the Word of Encouragement. And today we're going to the Gospels, to Luke chapter 8. And I love this story. I've had the privilege of coming to visit in the land of Israel, this place, a number of occasions. And this is on the eastern side of the Sea of Galilee. And it was the area of the Gadarenes. And now let me just start in verse 26. And they arrived at the country of the Gadarenes, which is over against Galilee. And when he went forth to land, there met him out of the city a certain man which had devils long time, and wore no clothes, neither abode in any house, but in the tombs. I've seen where the tombs probably were, there on the hills that are overlooking the eastern part of the Sea of Galilee. And you begin to imagine what that was like for that man. And when he saw Jesus, he fell down before him. The demons have to acknowledge who God is. What have I to do with thee, Jesus, Son of God, Most High? I beseech thee, torment me not. And I love this, verse 29. For he had commanded the unclean spirit to come out of the man. For oftentimes it had caught him, and he was kept bound with chains and in fetters, and brake the bands, and was driven of the devil into the wilderness. And so we find that God was going to deliver. Jesus Christ was going to do a great work. He addresses the demons. Their name is Legion. They didn't want to go out just into the deep. I don't fully understand. There's different theories on why that's important. So he sent them into a herd of swine, and they run down into the lake there, and the people flee and so forth. But I love this in verse 35. Then they went out to see what was done, and came to Jesus, and found the man out of whom the devils were departed, sitting at the feet of Jesus, clothed and in his right mind, and they were afraid. Friends, Satan is powerful. Demonic powers are still at work today. This was before the cross. The cross has occurred. Jesus crushed the head of Satan. He rose from the grave. He is now, as a man and yet God, seated in the full glorified, resurrected state at the right hand of the Father. And we are in him, who is far above all principality, power, might, and dominion. What a thrill that is to realize that. And so this one that cast out those that legion of demons into the swine is the one who has now won the victory, who has sent us his Spirit, and he indwells us. And my friends, we can see deliverance from satanic power in the lives of people who have been blinded by the god of this world. Our deliverance primarily is in the matter of seeing people delivered from falsehood and from blindness, and to see them come to the light and be fully, just totally transformed because they've been saved, and then their lives change. Just like this man, he was in his right mind. Now let me just say this to encourage each one of us. When we pray and claim the promises of God and resist Satan for people that are unsaved, and we're willing to give of ourselves to intercede and to follow the Lord in witnessing to them at the right time, when Satan is pushed back, the light can shine in, and people who seem impossible, like this man, can receive the gospel. I've seen that on a number of occasions where people that have been prayed for by faith have had the darkness go and the light come, and God did a miracle. Remember, every time you pray for a lost person, God does something. Pray against the power of Satan. Pray against the god of this world and his blinding power, and believe God to work. And my friend, the same Jesus that cast out those devils is the same Jesus who will empower you to see people come to the light and to see deliverances as great as this and greater if we will trust him with all of our heart.